You know something? It used to be that I would pray that I would be able to fill 10 minutes on this show. I used to get so nervous about trying to fill out that 10 minutes that YouTube gives you initially. And it's like now I'm praying that I can fit it in 30 minutes. I gotta apologize to you guys if these videos are getting too long. I can't help it. I just can't help it. And I know, some people get aggravated by that. Like I watched this kid, Collector George, do a whole rant on why he can't stand Pete Dorr and his videos because they're too fucking long. And I don't know. I got a kick out of watching his videos because he would just keep on bashing Pete Dorr like relentlessly. And then finally Pete Dorr just like blocked him, and then he made all these like rebuttal videos. Like I don't know, it just cracked me up. People are wild out there, man, real wild. But anyway, it's Sunday morning, as you can tell by my hair. I mean, do we got to be formal here, guys? I feel like I feel like I'm talking to friends. So pardon me if I didn't brush my hair. But anyway, I went out yesterday, and it was such a beautiful day that on the way home, my friends were calling me, "Hey, come down to the beach, come down to the beach, come down to the beach." And normally I like to come home and I like to do, show you what we got. But it was such a sensational day, and there were some people at the beach that I wanted to see, so I scooted over there, and so here we are. We're doing the show Sunday morning. And Sunday mornings, I'm easy like Sunday morning. I got my coffee here. I'm telling you, I'm turning into a real coffee drinker. It's good stuff. You guys got to try it. But anyway, I got a message from, oh Jesus Christ, who is this guy? Fire Hazard 51, and I hope I got his name right. Fire Hazard 51. Ah, fuck. You know what? Hold on, I gotta shut off the fish tank. Yeah, so this guy wrote me a message, and he was, he's a very, very smart guy. And he gave me some ideas about the show, and he gave me some criticism about the show, which I really appreciated. Good, bad, or whatever, I'll take any information I can about the show. So, big shout out to Fire Hazard 51, and he asked me a question about doing reviews, about doing game reviews. And, I told him, when it comes to game reviews, I feel that there's so many good game reviewers out there, and there really are, that I feel a little inferior when I do game reviews. I don't think my game reviews are that good. And I'm not here trying to to grab praise and have people tell me, "Oh yeah, it's great, it's great, it's great." I know that it's an average game review, and we were talking about how much work it is to do a game review. And it is a lot of work. You got to sit down, you got to play the game. You really got to get intimate with the game. You got to do your research. Not only about the game, but about the history of the game and whatnot. The editing and the setting up and all that is also a big challenge. And I told him, right now, because the garage sales are so hot, I think we're going to focus on game reviews when the weather starts to get colder. So that's something I'm really looking forward to doing when the weather starts getting, a little colder outside, because we got some great games to review and some great systems to review on. So that's a big shout to Fire Hazard 51, and I hope I'm getting his name right. So let's show you what we got. And you know what, guys? Here's the bag. The bag is full. The bag is full. You got to be Charles Atlas to lift this bag. And we also got a little bonus here that I'll show you in a little bit. I'd like to sit here and tell you we got lucky, but we didn't get lucky. And this is all about, and garage sales are all about persistence. You don't get lucky. You got to be persistent. And I won't listen to anybody that tells me you got lucky. No, no, no. I didn't get lucky. We put in hard work, and dare I say, we got what we deserve. So let me show you what we got, and I'm going to show you the things in a particular order here because some of these things have an interesting story. Okay, first garage sale I went to, there was a kid and his mother out there. Well, I'm assuming, yeah, a kid and his mother. And I look around, not a video game in sight. So I say to the kid there, I say, got any video games? And he goes, why? I thought what do you mean, why? So I want to buy them, that's why. So that's what I said, because I want to buy them. He says, oh, I got a lot of video games upstairs, and da-da-da-da-da-da. So I'm thinking to myself, oh, great. He's telling me about all the systems he's got, and he's like a collector. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, this is like a big waste of time. He's going to go up and bring stuff. He goes, I'll go up and bring stuff down. So I figured, all right, young kid, I'll amuse him. He's probably going to want a lot of money for the game, so I'm probably just going to have to walk away. And he's going to be disappointed that he had to go upstairs and bring all the stuff down. So anyway, he comes down with a handful of Nintendo games, and I think he had some... What were the other games he had? It might have been Genesis games. So I saw 2 Nintendo games that I liked. I said, how much you want for them? He goes, oh, he's like $1 a piece. So that was actually pretty reasonable. And the games were Spy Hunter, and Gumshoe. Now, after he sold me the video games, he goes, well, why don't you give me a number or something like that, and depending on, because I told him I'd buy video games, and then we can trade or exchange video games and whatnot. And I said to myself, boy, this kid is smart. This is a smart kid. Something about this kid was very smart. Anyway, I said, oh, well, I have a YouTube channel that you can get in contact with me about. And he goes, oh, so do I. So I'm like, God almighty, you got to be kidding me. So he's like, yeah, my name is Mr. Horowitz. So sure enough, I went home and I checked him out, and this kid's doing pickup videos and whatnot on his channel. Check him out. Smart kid, smart young kid. So there we go. Two Nintendo games, $1 a piece. That's a reasonable deal. Okay. Okay, the next one I went to was a multi... Let me tell you something. When you see... When the sign for the garage sale says huge garage sale, it's never huge. I don't know what... It must put something in your mind. You think of like this really grandiose garage sale. And then when you get there, it never lives up to your expectations. Whenever somebody puts huge garage sale on a sign, you go there, it's always a huge disappointment. So I went to this huge garage sale, which turned out to be really small, run by this little Irish woman. And I'm looking around, and she had a lot of old stuff, but I said, there's no way there's any video games here. But what do? I ask. And I asked, and she went over to this little little cabinet, and she opened up a drawer, and she had these games in it. Get a little closer. Clay Fighter. Super Mario Kart. Super Mario World. The Lion King. All for Super Nintendo, all in really nice shape. So I asked her, I said, well, how much do you want for them? And she says, I don't know, $2 a piece. So I kind of, I get excited when I see Super Nintendo games. I kind of went, oh, okay. Like, I was kind of a bonehead about it. I was like, oh, okay. And she looked at me like, did I just give him too good a deal? And I said, I went in my wallet, and like a complete lunkhead, I had like no money in my wallet. So I said, well, where's the nearest 7-Eleven? Can you hold these for me, and I'll run to the ATM machine? So she did. And when I came back, she goes, I give her the money. She goes, what are these games really worth? Like I'm gonna sit there and tell her. Like I'm gonna say, like, oh, they're worth more than what you're charging me for. I'm not gonna do that. I said, listen. I said, you gave me a good deal on them. That's basically all I told her. So, yeah, $2 a piece for what I think are pretty decent titles. Okay. Okay, so this next garage sale, I'm gonna have to put this up here. We got, well, when I pulled up on the motorcycle, there's two ladies sitting out on their chairs there drinking coffee, and really nice women. We were talking about the motorcycle. I was showing them my motorcycle helmet. They're saying, well, aren't you hot under that thing? I'm showing them how the helmet has vents on it and whatever. Anyway, we hit it off. We were joking around and whatnot. And I noticed that she had a crate, like a milk crate, with all these N64 and PS2 games in it. So, I don't know how many were in there, 20? I think it was like 20. So, she says, I say to her, how much do you want for the games in here? And this is a good lesson for anybody going out to the garage sales. She goes over them and she's like, I don't know, she's like, Now, stupid me, I'm sitting there waiting for her to give me an answer. When somebody's that indecisive, just hit them with a low ball price really fast, and they will jump on it because they just want a decision made. It's to the point where they're not even concerned about the money. They just want to get it out of there, and they want the decision made. Somebody that's that indecisive, that's what they want to happen. They just want the stuff out of there. Because if they didn't care, they would have given me a price right away. So she sat there, and I let her go on and on and on when I should have just jumped in. And she says, I don't know, $3 a game, which is way more than I'm going to pay for 20 games. I'm not going to pay $60 for 20 games. So I said, I don't know. I said, would you take $20 for everything? Which is so much lower than she asked for. And she said, oh, okay. Just that fast. Oh, okay. So I should have jumped in there earlier and saved her the pain. But it just goes to show you that when somebody's really indecisive, jump in with a low ball price. You'll get it every single time. Okay. So we'll start with the PlayStation 2 games. Okay. SOCOM Navy SEALs. Return to Castle Wolfenstein. My first time playing Wolfenstein was on the Atari Jaguar. One of the very, very few games that were any good for the Jaguar. If you have a Jaguar, you want Wolfenstein 3D. That's an awesome game. Madden 2004. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I consider myself a fan of video games, and I guess a video game collector now. And I'm pretty embarrassed to admit to everybody that I've never played this game before. I played Vice City, and I love Vice City. I think Grand Theft Auto Vice City is like one of the best games ever made. That was an addictive game. And I think mostly because of the soundtrack. It's the killer soundtrack. Madden 2003. Madden 2002. You guys know how I feel about sports games. But hey. Grand Theft Auto 3. And Devil May Cry. Capcom game. All these games are in really nice shape. The CDs are clean and whatnot. So yeah, that's so far that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 8 PlayStation 2 games. And then the N64 games. NASCAR 99. Star Wars Shadow of the Empire. I have a feeling that this game isn't very hard to find because I have like 4 of these now. WCW NWO Revenge. Mission Impossible. NFL Blitz 2000. All-Star Baseball 99. Mike Piazza's Strike Zone. With a please remember to rewind sticker on it. Got a 6-pack holder. Biofreaks. F1 World Grand Prix. Wayne Gretzky's 3D Hockey 98. And Ken Griffey Jr.'s Slugfest. The condition of these N64 games is, they're okay. They're alright. A lot of sports titles. Probably not the best titles you can get for the N64. But you figure we got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 N64 games and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 PlayStation 2 games. That's what, 19 games? Yeah, so about $1 a game we paid, which I thought was good. Nice people at that garage sale. Okay, the next thing we got, it's not video game related, but I figured maybe you guys would get a kick out of this because I really did. I saw this at a guy's garage sale, and I was about to pass it up because it's a heavy item, and you know, when you're about 40 miles away from home, not 40, I shouldn't say that, about 28 miles away from home, and you know, you got this, you're on a motorcycle, this is the last thing you want to carry. So here we go. It's a Rockford Fosgate. Where's the other piece? Punch 60 amplifier. Now I haven't been into car stereos in a long time, but when I was, these Punch amplifiers were this was the amplifier to have. I don't know if you guys know anything about car audio, but you know, back in like 95, 96, if you had one of these, you were set. And they went for big money. So I saw this one there for $5, and the guy promised me up and down that it works. And you know how things go with car amplifiers. You usually, if you get them at a garage sale, they're busted. But for $5, I was willing to take the risk. Listen. I know you guys are scattered across the country, but here on Long Island, if you didn't have a system in your car, you were nobody. Absolutely nobody. So I wasn't gonna pass this up. This really got me going. But anyhow, okay. So that's it for the stuff I got. Now, as you know, I commissioned my parents. Now they're at the garage sale. They're always at the garage sales, but now they're out hunting for me. And I gave my mother a little list. I said, "These are the things I want, and these are what you're gonna pay for them." And I gave her a list of all the systems, and I said, "TurboGrafx. If it's TurboGrafx, call me immediately." So I'm waiting for that call, guys. I can't believe I can't find any TurboGrafx stuff out there. It's eating me alive. When I go out to the garage sales, I look for TurboGrafx. That's like my goal. And all this other stuff is great. But I want TurboGrafx, and I know that day is going to come where I'll see that box laying on the floor, and it'll have like either a TurboGrafx or a Turbo Duo in it. Jesus Christ. And, and a box of games or something like that. And that is going to be like, that's going to be awesome. That's almost what drives me during these garage sales. That's what I'm looking for. And we've been at it now since the beginning of the year in January, and not one TurboGrafx game has surfaced anywhere. So that's the hunt. That's what keeps you going, right? Okay. So my parents went out and they got this. On their own, by the way. They didn't even call me. And they did good work. Okay. They ran out and they picked me up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 PlayStation games for $10. So we got 12 PlayStation games here for $10. And let me tell you something. PlayStation games, you get them, sometimes, like lately I've been getting them with a lot of crack cases. And sometimes the CDs are questionable. These are in fantastic shape. You couldn't ask for them to be in better shape. So let me show you what we got here. Okay. Gran Turismo. Gran Turismo 2. Jet Moto. Driver. Now my experience with PlayStation is very limited. But when I did have my PlayStation back in the day, one of the first games I bought was Driver. And this had to be a groundbreaking game. I don't care what anybody says. This was a fun game to play. And at the time, there was no other games like this. Just a really, really great driving game. Driver. It probably seems a little antiquated now. But when it came out, this was the game to have. Okay. Demolition Racer. This guy liked his driving games. Crash Bandicoot Warped. Army Men World War. Twisted Metal 3. SimCity 2000. I get excited about any SimCity game. I mean, my SimCity career started with SimCity on for the Super Nintendo, which I think is just a spectacular game, and I've never played SimCity 2000, so I'm looking forward to that. Real fishing. Siphon filter. And Allied General. Which looks like a pretty awesome game. Like a wartime strategy game. I don't know if anybody's ever played a game called Conflict for Nintendo. Boy, if I could find that game. Conflict for Nintendo. If anybody's got the Nintendo out there, look for a game. You like military strategy games? Conflict was awesome. Okay. And then it had a bunch of these things, which I really don't know what they are. Unreal Tournament. It's for, I think this is for PC. Unreal Tournament. So. Yeah, I think this is for PC, whatever. So, there we go. We got this stack of 12 PlayStation games in fantastic shape. Compliments of my parents. So thanks, Mom and Dad. And that was 10 buckaroos. So, there we have it. We got the N64 games and the PlayStation games for 20 bucks, 19 games. That's like $1 a game. We got the Super Nintendo games, $2 a game. We got the what are we up to? I should be tallying right now. Guys, it's still early in the morning. Okay, 20, 2, 4, 6, 8, 28, 10, 38, and $2, $38, $40 for the Nintendo games. So we spent $40 for this. $40. We're getting quite a collection over here, guys. We're really building our arsenal. What I want to do next is I'd like to do a show, showing everything we got so far. And you know what? I don't have the gaming shelf up anymore because I had to put the air conditioner in the window. So I kind of have everything in boxes, which really bums me out because I'd like to have everything on display. But I live in an apartment and I just don't have the space. So I'm just going to lay out everything as nicely as I can, and then we'll do a walkover of what we got. And I think you guys are going to be impressed by what we have so far. So Bidhead 1000 here, and see you guys next time.